Hey guys, Sean Dubs here. We're here with the WRX 2023 Subaru WRX for anybody who's new to the channel. So the topic for this video is I can't decide if I want to keep this car. I lease my cars, okay? I'm about a year and a half into this lease, so I have another year and a half to go. And when it comes to this car, man, I don't know what it is. Like, I've never been in this situation before. I've never been this indecisive about whether or not I want to keep a car. There's kind of like a lot of reasons why. That's why it's like a hard decision for me. Like my other car, I haven't made a video on it yet. I probably will soon. My 2023 Subaru Legacy, that car, it's easy. That lease is going back for reasons I'll talk about at another time. We're talking about the WRX right now. But yeah, it's never been such a hard decision for me. And a lot of it has to do with things that are like beyond the car. Like, you know, we have electric cars coming. We don't know what Subaru is up to. Is this the last WRX or not? You know what I mean? Last like manual transmission, gas powered one. So it's just like, I don't know. I find it to be a unique situation. So I'm just going to rant pretty much. I'm just going to talk about everything that's going through my head, and I would actually like to hear from you guys what you think. Should I keep this or not? Like, I genuinely want to hear from you guys because I'm really having a hard time deciding. But you know, please like watch a little bit of the video. Don't just rush to the comments right now. If I can tell that you didn't even watch it, at least a little bit, bro. I get it, not everybody wants to watch a super long video, but at least watch a little bit, bro, before leaving a comment. It's a little windy, but we'll hop in the car in a second. We are out in the sticks, man. This is what I love about being in central Pennsylvania. You don't have to drive very far to like truly find completely like deserted roads and basically countryside. It's really nice. So we're gonna go on a nice relaxing drive, talk about the car. At certain times I might pull over and talk about it. I guess since we're already pulled over, let's just talk about the exterior, okay? Now, like I've said in other videos, I really like how this generation WRX looks. I think it's underrated in terms of looks. I get that, you know, it's not for everybody. Some people don't like it. That's fine. Looks are subjective. But for me personally, I really like how this car looks, especially if you get an MGM like I got it. Again, I've been over this in other videos, but maybe people new for the channel. If you get MGM, the wheels and the grille are color matched from the factory. This car is bone stock except for the lip spoiler I got on eBay for like $80. When it comes to the looks of this car, I won't lie. Sometimes I'm like in and out. Like some days I look at it in the driveway and I'm like, you know, it's nice, but it's not that nice. Other times I'm like, nah, I love this car. I love how it looks. I go back and forth with it. Overall, like, for sure I like the looks, but I certainly wouldn't put this on my, like, top 10 or even top 20 best looking cars ever list. You know, no chance. I just think it's a nice looking sedan. I think it's gonna age well in terms of the looks. Like, I think it's good looking, but here's where it gets hard for me to decide if I want to keep this car or not. Like, I like how it looks, but I don't know. It's you know, it's again, it's not like one of my favorite looking cars ever. And the fact that I'm like, you know, I look at the driver, I'm like, you know, it's nice, but I don't know. I don't know if I love the looks as much as I think I do. With these cars, you can make them look nice. You know, you can maybe lower it, which I personally do not recommend on really any car. You can do a little bit, but one of the things I like about the exterior of this car is that I feel like from the factory, Subaru already kind of did the stuff that like I would want to do. So like it already has a little kind of like, the diffuser is totally fake, but it already kind of like has that. If you look at the angles on the car, you know, the rockers here, it almost looks like ground effects. You know, like you got a little spoiler. It's not great, but it's like a little something. You know what I'm saying? Like the bumper has these cool holes in it that are aerodynamic and functional. The front end, it's kind of cool. You know, you get the plastic. It kind of looks a little sporty, little futuristic-y. It's like this car from the factory, you know, you got a hood scoop stock. I know all Subaru WRXs come with that, but still, it's like from the factory, I'm not really seeing a lot here to work with. I've seen people do like different grills. I've seen people color match the fenders. I won't lie, I think the stock car looks best. Like some of the grills look pretty good, but the colored fenders I don't really like. I like just the stock fenders, especially on this color. But the two long didn't read is when it comes to the looks of this car, I don't know. I don't really see anything to work with. Like I like the stock rims. Like some people don't like the stock rims. I think the stock rims look great and they're color matched. Like they look nice. I think they look really nice. That person just honked at me. I feel like maybe, I wonder if they watch. Do you watch POV, truck bro? You know what I'm saying though? Like I'm like all right on the looks. Like I like them. Sometimes I don't. I feel like the car is maxed out. And so when it comes to deciding if I want to keep the car based off of the looks, I wouldn't keep the car for the looks, you know, like I'm thinking like 5-10 years down the road, I can't imagine I'll be like, wow, I still like love the look of this car, or I can't imagine liking it any more than I do, and I don't really see any modding potential. So that makes it hard on whether I want to decide to keep it, you know what I'm saying? So that's just the first thing. Let's hop in and drive. Let's talk about how the car drives first. By the way, thanks to whoever told me how to turn off the hill assist start. I have turned that off. I love the car so much more now. It's great. All right. So let's talk about how the car just drives, you know? I really like how the car drives. I think it's mostly positive in terms of how the car drives. So one thing I haven't really talked about as much is the visibility you get out of this thing. Like, it's crazy, but the visibility, let me open up the sunroof. The visibility on the WRX is superior to like a lot of other Subarus that Subaru currently sells, like the Crosstrek and the Legacy. Like the Legacy, you sit more hunkered down. You guys will see when I make a video on it. Like, you literally have less visibility in the Legacy than you do in the WRX. So the visibility is great, even though the car is much lower to the ground, at least a little bit lower, and it's a much more sporty car. But overall, I really like how this car drives. What's fun about it, I think the most fun thing about it is that the gearing is so low that it allows you to shift a lot. Like, this car encourages you to shift a lot, and you have to shift a lot. That creates for a really fun experience. So before you like even get to a speed where you could even get pulled over or get in trouble, you've already shifted so many times, you've already like had your fun. So you can have a lot of fun driving this car, not at, you know, high speeds. Other cars, like, just gonna talk about cars I know. I used to have a Camaro SS. That car really only gets fun, you know, like when you really get on it and you're booking it because of the gearing. You know, Camaro SS, at least the one I had very long gears. Like, first gear practically ended at like, I don't know, like 45, 50 miles per hour, something like that. First gear in this car ends at like 30 miles per hour, basically. So overall, I have a lot of fun driving this car. Like, the shifting is fun. It's easy to shift, but it's still sporty enough that, you know, it doesn't feel like a truck or something like that, or just like a pedestrian car. The brakes are awesome. Like, look at this. The car stops real nice. It handles extremely well for what it is too. Like, for a sedan, this thing handles like really, really well. So overall, the driving experience between the shifting, the handling, the visibility, you know, it's a lot of fun. I think the only complaint I have about the driving experience in this car, number one, is not solvable, okay? It's just the way it is. It's the sounds, okay? Like, I've seen people put exhaust on these cars. I'm the type of person where, like, I would never modify the exhaust on this car. Like, I'd rather just keep the stock mufflers, because for me personally, I have just never heard a 4-cylinder where I'm like, wow, that sounds awesome. Like, that's just me, man. I feel like most 4-cylinders just don't sound that great. They just don't. Compared to a V8 or and up. Like, I just love the sound of a V8. If, you know, I instead of getting this car, I would have preferred to get the Cadillac, what is it, the CT5V Blackwing with the V8 in it, supercharged V8, or whatever it is. Is it turbo? I don't even know. I think it's supercharged. But regardless, I would have loved to get that car. I would have loved the sound of it. But I'm not paying $100,000 for a sedan. Not at this point in my life. So this is ridiculous. But yeah, the sound is definitely an issue for me. And you know, I still like the car a lot. I'm just saying, like, there's no fixing the sound on this car for me. There's no getting like a full exhaust with headers. Like, nothing's gonna fix the sound. I don't love a you know, a 4-cylinder. At the same time, I like that the car's not super loud. I don't want a loud car right now at this point in my life, and for the foreseeable future, I prefer it to be a little quieter. I feel like this car is just loud enough, so it's not a huge issue for me. But that is a factor for me in keeping the car long term. It's like, when I look at a car, I want to keep long term, because maybe I'll make more videos on it and talk even more about why I lease. But I've already made a video, I believe. And, you know, when I decide whether or not I want to keep a car long term, I'm thinking about stuff like this. Like, you know, I have to like most of the car, because otherwise I can just give the lease back and get something else. You know, I'd rather just experience something else than be stuck with something I don't like. So the sound is an issue for me. The next issue is the power. Now, the power of this car, it's just right at that point where it's just barely satisfying. Like, it's fun, but it's like, I could really go for another like 100 horsepower, 100 torque. I get that you can tune these cars. Listen, one of the reasons I lease is I like having fixed costs. Talked about this, but let's talk about it again. And matter of fact, I'm gonna stop with this whole thing where I'm like, I've talked about this before. I'm trying to like talk to people who have watched all my videos or a lot of them, and I know they might leave a comment and be like, bro, you said this before. But sorry guys, like, I'm gonna have to ignore you guys because I'm not gonna stop every 3 seconds and be like, oh, I already said this before. I gotta stop doing that. So apologies for that. The reason I like to lease, one of the main reasons, is I like fixed costs. Why do I like fixed costs? Predictable costs. Because I invest in the stock market. I got money in the market, and one of the big things about investing is you want to put that money in there and not touch it. I don't want some big unexpected repair bill that causes me to have to sell some of my stock, okay? Because it just ruins the entire point of doing it. So that's one of the big reasons I like the lease. It's like, okay, with this WRX, I know I'm gonna have fun for 3 years. If I don't modify the car, right, and I don't money shift or do something stupid, whoa, a bunch of trees down over there. I don't do something stupid, I'm just gonna pay my monthly payment and that's it. I'm not gonna keep this car and then tune it, okay? I would be very careful, you know, I would monitor the car the best I can and try to put all good gas in it and drive it carefully, not launch it. Yeah, I could do all those things, but it could still pop. And then now I have an unexpected cost, and you know, it could, I've looked into it, it's very expensive to fix this car if it breaks. You know, it's still a new car, like it's a 2023 model, it's 2 years old in terms of, you know, model year, but it's not that old, like it's still relatively new. It's gonna be very expensive to fix. From what I've seen, it could get close to $10,000 easy. So I would have to probably liquidate stock, like it's just stupid. I'm not gonna modify the car, okay? So don't leave a comment like, bro, you can fix the power level by getting a tune. No, I'm not doing it, dude. I like my warranty. I want my fixed cost. If I keep the car, I believe the warranty is good for at least another 2 years. And guess what? If you don't tune the car, it's less likely to break. Obviously. You know? Even if I keep it, like, let's say I keep it beyond the warranty. You know? Or I could get, like, some extended warranty. I've never done extended warranties. I've always thought they're scams. But, you know, I'm assuming if you get the extended warranty and then you tune, they're gonna they're gonna void the warranty if they can, you know? So no, I'm not gonna modify it. So I have to deal with the car as it is stock. And the car as it is stock, like, it has good power. You know, like, you can go, but it's just at that point where it's just like, it's just not enough. Another 100 horsepower and torque would be perfect. Which, listen, I get what you guys are saying with the tune, because it's like the power that will make me happy with this car, it is like right there. Like, I do just have to get a tune, but I have to listen. I have long-term, I have goals beyond just having fun. I have money goals, and I would much prefer to keep the entire repair bill cost in the market, because that money over the next 5 years, based off of what I'm doing right now with my investments, it should be worth like 5x. Like, I'm doing great, and I'm not going to touch that money just to get a tune. No. It'd be better to just give the car back and get something that I would like, you know, that would make me happier. Which I guess that leads me into the next part, is like, what is the alternative to this car? That's really one of the big issues, you know? When I went to buy this car and I went to look for a new car, I was like, I need something fun. I want it to be a manual transmission, okay? I want a manual transmission. I want some performance. I want it to look good. All-wheel drive is preferred. It needs to be big enough that I can fit a car seat in it and bring my son and my family with me, my newborn son. These are the requirements I have for the car. And when it came down to it, there's really like no other option other than the WRX. The closest things really are, why is this guy not going? Oh, there's somebody coming. Is this the guy who honked at me? Did we already catch him? That's crazy. I actually want to go left. So the only other options, if you don't want to get the WRX that even come close, you could get the Elantra N, okay? or you can get like a GR Corolla. Like those are really the two closest things. But for my particular checklist, those cars just don't work. Like they just don't work. Even if you didn't factor in that the GR Corolla is substantially more expensive than the WRX. Like you can get a WRX for in the mid 30s, no problem. Last I checked, or at least when I was getting this car, a GR Corolla is deep into the 40K range, deep. The other issue with the GR Corolla is that the back seats are much smaller than this car, okay? And even the front seats are a little smaller. It's a smaller car. Now, I am 6'3". I'm very tall, and a lot of my height is in my legs. Like, when I went and got the Legacy with my wife, we actually went there specifically for a cross-trek. I was like, cross-trek looks pretty good. Let's just go check that out. This will be a good car for us, okay? Because we do a lot of highway when we go back to visit family in New York. So we need like all-wheel drive. We need like something not too big because we're going to have a baby at that point. So I sat in the cross-trek and we took it for a test drive, and almost immediately we just went right back to the dealer. I was like, I don't fit in this car. Like, I don't fit at all. So GR Corolla, I highly doubt I fit in it. WRX, I got the seat all the way back. I got it, I got it maxed out, but I am comfortable. Like I'm comfortable in this car. I fit, which I was surprised. I was surprised I was even gonna fit in this car. But this car is quite a bit bigger, relatively speaking, than the GR Corolla. Okay, so that's why the GR Corolla is just not an option, And honestly, I like the WRX. I like the looks of the WRX more than the GR Corolla. I really do. I don't understand the hype around the GR Corolla. Like, I really don't get it. Maybe if I drove it, I would change my mind. I think it's an overhyped car. Like, I think it would be hot for like 30,000, but like deep into the 40K range, I feel like I just don't understand who that car appeals to. Like, if you need to have a car to fit family in, it doesn't work. If you don't have a family and you're, like single or something like that, or just a couple, why would you spend? There's so many better cars you could get for that price than the GR Corolla. Like, I don't understand why people like that car. I really don't. Anyways, we also have the Elantra N alternative to this car. The problem with the Elantra N is when I looked into that car, first of all, it's front-wheel drive, so it's like whack, The next issue is, dude, I'm driving on roads I have no idea, by the way. Like, I'm pretty far out here. Oh, there's a dirt road here. Should we mess with this? I don't know, because I don't know where this goes. Elantra N, when I was checking it out, from what I saw, the back seats fold down, but there's like a crossbar because, oh, wow, it's such a race car. So you can fold the back seats down, but you can't pass anything through the seats. That's a real problem if you're trying to have like a family car, okay? If you're trying to do family activities, there's gonna be times when you're gonna need to fold those back seats down to fit something in there. So it's like, that's a no-go. And then the car's front-wheel drive, and then I just like the GR Corolla, I think the Elantra N is a very ugly car. It's just me. I get that people probably feel the same way about the WRX. They hate the looks of the WRX. Doesn't that kind of suck? Like, the three cars that are supposed to be, or not supposed to be, but are kind of like all in the same, your little neighborhood. All three of them, I wouldn't say, WRX, GR Corolla, Elantra N, I wouldn't say any of the three are like bangers in terms of looks. Again, I think the WRX is a little underrated, but I certainly wouldn't say it's like an awesome looking car. So the Elantra N was a no-go. All this to say, when I looked for a new car, because again, I like new cars, I like to lease, fixed costs, okay? Now I'll make a video on the numbers too and show you why, like, when you kind of do the math, unless you're buying ship boxes, a lease barely costs more than buying a new or used car if you're just a serial leaser. And it's funny because I've seen people come to this realization before, and like maybe they'll post it somewhere online. They'll be like, dude, just lease it. And then you just get attacked. People are like, no way, leasing is the worst thing. And then they do the same thing I do. You just smile and nod. Okay, yep, you're right. You keep doing it your way. But when you really dig into the numbers and you start like kind of working everything out, you're like, yeah, no, leases are like kind of the only way to go, really. It's just it is technically a little more expensive, but not really. And you eliminate like a ton of risk too. it's just the way to go. It's just the way to go. Anyway, once again, circling back when it comes to WRX. When I went to get this car, this was the only option. There was no other option. There was nothing that even came close to, like, if there was no WRX, I would have totally changed up what I would have had to be like, okay, well, I'm not getting a manual. I guess I'm not getting anything really like sporty either. Like, I don't know what I would have gotten because I haven't thought about it. But it would have been like, no, it's just gonna get some. I probably would have just got a Camry, honestly, just get like a Camry. I would have given up on trying to get anything like sporty, because this is like the only option. There's no alternative to the WRX. The WRX, this is it. This is the end, and that's what makes it hard for me to like give this car up potentially, because it's just like, damn, dude, if I give this up, I think there's a good chance that whatever Subaru cooks up next for the WRX, I don't know if it's going to be something I'm going to want. It could be, I don't know if they're going to do a hybrid. Like, when you work through, like, will Subaru make a hybrid WRX? They might, because they are doing more hybrids. The problem with a hybrid WRX, it costs a lot of money to make a manual transmission that works with a hybrid system. There's very few that have ever been made. Maybe they'll do it because Toyota, I believe, is developing a manual transmission for hybrids. But adding a hybrid system to the WRX and then also developing a transmission just for it, a manual transmission, in a world where like people are buying fewer and fewer manuals, it's hard to see a company like Subaru like going for that. And it makes me think that this VB generation WRX is the last gas-powered one. I think they're just going to stretch this out and produce this car for basically as long as people buy it. Once people stop buying them, that'll be it. This will be the last one. Maybe they'll do like one last special edition. Maybe it'll be an STI. That would be nice. And then that'll be it. And the next WRX is going to be electric. It's just going to be electric. And I don't want an electric WRX. If I'm going to get an electric car, I don't know, I would just get something else. And I just don't want an electric car right now. I just don't want one. So, you know, ooh, can we go down this road? Nope. So, and by the way, there's evidence that Subaru is doing this, because right now, the Subaru WRX sales are declining. But it's not just because of demand. Subaru is just making less or fewer. I always get fewer and less mixed up. Subaru's making fewer VB WRXs right now. So like, there's just less available for sale because they're just making fewer and fewer of them. And that signals to me that what I'm saying is probably pretty good, pretty much on point, I think, at least in the ballpark. I think there's a good chance this is the last gas-powered manual transmission WRX, and that is a reason why I would want to keep this car. You know, yeah, it doesn't have the performance that I would ideally like. It you know, it doesn't doesn't have the looks that make me feel like, oh, this car is going to look great forever, and I just love it. But I think it might be the last WRX that I would actually want. And not only that, again, there's no alternative to this car. There's no alternative. And it's not like a manufacturer is going to come out with an alternative, you know? Like, will they do an all-wheel drive Elantra and make it more practical than it is? I don't know. Maybe Hyundai will come out with some kind of another N-line car that maybe I would like. No, it's just a big maybe. Toyota, will they come out with something? No, definitely not. So that's why it makes it so hard. Like, okay, my Legacy, I could give that back because there's so many alternatives to a Subaru Legacy. You know, like, there's a ton of alternatives. There's so many other cars you could get. Like, there's a lot of all-wheel drive cars, sedans that you can get. You know, honestly, I probably would have preferred to get a Camry, but you know, back when I got the Legacy, it was like impossible to get a new Toyota. The Legacy was just a much better deal. Now, one of the things I've done recently, if you guys notice, I've slowed down a little bit on uploads. It's because I'm kind of like taking a step back a little bit, kind of seeing how the channel's going, trying to see where the next stage of content, where we're going to take this channel next for you guys, make good content for you guys. And also, it was because I want my content to be very authentic, and I have this little trick I do sometimes where when I feel like I'm getting bored of a car, I just like park it. I just park it and come back to it. So I haven't made videos in part because I haven't really been driving this. Like, I kind of just like parked it and took a little bit of a break from it. And normally when I do that, I get back into the car and like it kind of like reinvigorates, if I like the car, it kind of reinvigorates my love for the car. Like, I used to put my Camaro in the garage for the winter and not even drive it. So like bringing it out in the spring was just like so satisfying. It was so fun. It just makes you fall back in love with the car. You know, that's a longer amount of time than the time I haven't been driving this, but still, it's still the same thing. Normally, if I like kind of park a car for like a week or so, like that's normally enough, and not really drive it. Here I am. This is the most I've driven this car in a while. And look, I'm I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not like, oh, this sucks. But I also still feel the exact same way I did before I parked it. And, yeah, dude, it might be a little indescribable. There's just something about this thing that it's just not scratching the itch. A big part of it is probably, like, this car is really easy to drive. I wish it was more difficult to drive. I just cannot believe when I see people talk about this car and they talk about how they struggle driving it. Like, dude, you should drive like a 10 or 20-year-old stick car. Like, if you think this is hard, like, I don't know what you would do with other cars. But I do like manual transmission because, listen, I've gotten comments from people. I'm just going off what the comments say. A lot of people in the comments have said that I drive real smooth. I drive stick real smooth. And, I put a lot of time and practice into it. And, maybe that's the issue, is that this is like the easiest stick car like I've ever driven. Like, it's just so easy. I don't know why. It's just so easy. Like, the clutch is so butter smooth. It grabs in such like a wide range and zone. I feel like it's tuned really well because of the low gearing. Like, you're almost always in torque and power. Like, I just think it's a very easy car to drive. I think that's part of the problem for me, is that it's just like too easy to drive. It's just like there's no like thrill. There's like nothing. Especially because you can just drop down into any gear at like any time and, floor it. And because of the all-wheel drive, it doesn't spin. Like, I've never been able to really make this car spin, like, at all. It just doesn't spin. It doesn't lose traction. Like, the traction is just absolute. I feel like I'd have fun with this car on gravel, which is why I'm trying to find a gravel street, but I don't know these streets like that, these roads. I feel like I'd almost have fun, like, just letting these tires become bald, and then take it out and drive it, like, in slightly wet roads or something. It's just like, there's just no thrills. There's just, like, no thrills that come from driving this thing, which is a shame. And I think when I look for a performance car, like, I want a little bit of thrill. Oh, where the hell am I? Boot camp? Yo, bro, what the hell did I just stumble across? What the hell is this? In the military? Oh, dude. It's a boot camp. Yo, doesn't look like they're doing much boot camping though. Okay, that was interesting. I don't know, because I'm just driving. Like, I have to focus on driving safely, and stop ahead for special restrictions. What the hell? Where am I, dude? I guess I'm okay. This is interesting. Yeah, I'm just trying to drive safe, and I'm just driving around. Like, I don't really know exactly where I am. Just encounter, and then I just kind of look, and it says boot camp. I'm like, what? Anyways, yeah, there's no thrill from this car. There's no thrill. And that might be one of the reasons that I just like, and it's just easy to drive. Like, I wish the car was harder to drive. Like, I took off the hill assist. That helped a little bit. But it's still not enough. It's just not enough. I still find it to be like super easy to drive. Not that fun. I kind of want to go back on that dirt road. So I just turn around like in the middle of the road. So let's talk about another aspect too. So the buyout on this WRX, like WRX leases in general are not, I won't lie, they're not ideal if you want to keep the car. To give you an example, okay, so my Subaru Legacy, the price the lease was based upon for the car, it was a limited. I got some money off, I believe. Oh man, I have to check the paperwork again. I'm pretty sure though it was a $33,000 Legacy. The buyout for that car is $18,500. The residual. It's actually like a good buyout, and I might give it to a family member because that buyout, the way the car is trending down in price, that might be a little below market considering the condition of the car, the mileage it's going to have, and the features that it has with the limited. Like, it's got a lot of nice features on it. So like that lease was actually great. This car, the price of the car was $37,000, and I got a little bit off, $1,500. So I believe the paperwork is based off of a $35,500 car, so $2,500 more than the Legacy. But the residual buyout is like I think it's like, I have to check the paper again, but I'm pretty sure it's like $23,500. So it is $5,000 more than the Legacy. And I've seen other people post about their WRX leases. They don't really give you as good of a buyout, it seems. I think they're accounting for, like, you know, the fact that it's a performance car and like the wear and tear that you're gonna put on it. Whereas a Legacy, like, they're not expecting like any of that, you know. Saying I can turn around here, but like where? Oh, the deer. It says I can turn around right here. This is crazy. That's something that is fun about driving out here. A lot of these roads are not on Google Maps Street View, and Google Maps barely knows what's going on out here. Like it's surprising. You would think like all Pennsylvania is mapped or something, you know. It's not at all. It's not at all. Especially like northern-ish central Pennsylvania is really like not well documented. And I would like to drive on more of these roads and learn them a little more with you guys. I feel like that'd be fun. But saying we can go right here, we'll see. But yeah, the buyout is not ideal. But it's also not a deal breaker for me. Like, if I want to buy out the car, it's not a problem. I could buy it out. But beyond just the buyout, okay, so the $23,000 for like a 3-year-old WRX that I know everything about, that I know hasn't been like totally beat to shit and generally like taken good care of. It's not like a bad price. I've tried to look up like 3-year-old WRXs to get like an idea of like how good is the buyout price. It seems like that is a good price. Like, the car would be worth potentially like a little bit more than that. Not much, but it seems like it's a pretty fair price. And I do wonder if this really is the last WRX. I find it hard to believe that it would depreciate any like more or significantly, at least not at a fast rate. So I kind of feel like I might be able to keep the car. I enjoy it enough, you know. It might make sense to keep the car for another like few years or something like that because there's no alternative. And okay, it's telling me to turn around. I'll turn around. No winter maintenance. It's a dirt road here. Should we go up here? Let's go for it. We found a dirt road. See, like, even on the dirt road, this thing has so much traction. It still doesn't break traction on dirt road. Damn, bro, I am really in the sticks. This is definitely like a probably a state forest road. Wow, it's getting dark. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. Dude, this is a dense forest. Isn't it like crazy? Like, this is like, a lot of the United States is like this. Like, it's just like dense forest land with like there's nothing out here, you know? Like, who really knows what's out here? Who really knows? Like, dude, I'm gonna stop for a second. Let's open the sunroof. Like, bro, who knows what lives out here? Like, that is dense. Could be like anything out here, dude. Like, how could we possibly know everything that's going on? Oh, this is fun. Like, I can't see in there, man. Like, this is like really dense forest. Wow. I'm trying to like get like a little bit of a view in there. Bro. Look at that. This is it's actually one of the most dense forests I've seen in a minute. Wow. That's crazy. Like, you can't see anything in there. We were just in sunlight. Look at the rollback. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that, bro. No hill assist start. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that. You know, it's a good way to practice too. Turn the hill assist start off and just sit here. If you have trouble with this car, just sit here and just like play with it. Let it roll back. Give it gas. You know? I don't know. Maybe that's not a great way to practice. Let's see from a stop. Dude, like, come on. Look at this. Dirt road, sport tires. Launch the car. The thing is just, there's no thrill. I'm on dirt road, it still won't break traction. I have the traction control off. It just goes. Good thing, good thing we got the, good thing you got the plastic trim on this car. This is what's, okay, so this is what's awesome about the WRX. The fact that this car, you can drive off the street and just drive right onto this road, off-road, and it's like right at home, it's no problem. But for me, it's like, where's the thrill? But yeah, getting back to the value of the car, I feel like keeping the car, I'm not trying to make money off the car, you know, like, I don't expect to make money. The point I'm making is that, I think we have to turn around. I'm gonna turn around because we have no idea where we're going. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn around and go back. I do not want to get stuck in mud potentially. I don't think I will, but I'm not gonna risk it. I have a camera strapped to my face and I can't see as well. What's back there? Oh yeah, no. Yeah, no. We could get stuck. I'm not playing games. I'm on summer tires, dude. Yeah, so I'm not trying to make money off of this car. I just think, when you look at the numbers and you try to make a prediction, right? It's like, if this really is the last stick shift gas powered WRX, it's not like it's going to gain value, but it will probably depreciate very slowly, because I do think over time people will come around to how good the VB WRX is. I'm pointing out negatives with the car, but I have pointed out a lot of positives. You know, it's almost, you know, it's like, even though it seems like it's more 50-50, there's more positives about this car than there are negatives, okay? I'm just going to roll the windows up, just keep the sunroof open. But the point is that it's like, I'm not sure if this car is the last car. I don't know if I'll regret it, so why not just buy it out? It's probably not really gonna lose value, you know? And then, like, after I buy it out, if I decide 2 or 3 years later that, oh, you know what, I don't want this anymore, I can probably sell it. I could probably sell it for a pretty decent price, or trade it in for a great trade-in, you know? And I probably won't really lose anything. So, you know, you guys know what I'm saying? Does it make sense yet? Why I'm having trouble deciding whether or not to keep this car? Someone help me in the comments. If you've watched this far, please let me know. Like let me know what you think in the comments. Like, I genuinely will read and hear what you have to say. Yeah, it was. So, do you see, like, again, do you see where I'm at? Like, I can't even, like, summarize. It's hard to even summarize. There's so many reasons. And I can't put a finger on it. I've never felt this way about a car. So, like, here's the legacy. The legacy is easy. Number one, I need something bigger. We need something bigger because we travel a lot, and it's just not big enough. If you put our stroller in the trunk, the Legacy is not even a small car. The stroller takes up the entire trunk. Like, you can barely fit anything else in the trunk. We're okay with that for now because the car seat we have is also a stroller. It's called the Duna stroller. So, like, we're good. The issue is our son will grow. By next year, he's going to grow out of that stroller. That's the thing that sucks about the stroller. You can only use it up to a certain size. So once he grows out of it, then we have to put him in a different car seat, and you can't use the Duna anymore. And now, I gotta close this. It's getting hot. Wow, it's not even that hot today. What is this? Just me, the car, nice and dirty. Look at this sign. I've never seen this sign before. Dip. I've never actually seen a sign that says dip. And there's like nothing here. It's just dip. Is that the dip? Where's the dip? Normally it says like bump or something, you know? I've never seen dip. And there's no dip. But anyway, once he's out of that Duna stroller car seat combination thing next year, now we have to bring his regular stroller with us, and it's like, it just takes up the whole trunk. Like, sure, we could get another stroller, but even still, like, and we're gonna have another kid, so it's minivan time. We need a minivan. So the Legacy's going back because of that. Also, you know, look, you own a car. Once you own a car long enough, like, you start to discover things you don't like about the car. So with the Legacy, I hate the cruise control, and we do a lot of highway, so that's kind of like a problem. It wasn't that obvious when test driving the car and first, you know, choosing the car, but the more you drive, you're like, dude, this cruise control is cooked. The automated driver assist stuff sucks. Can't stand it. Those stuff alone, I want to get rid of it. And also the Legacy, it's not a big deal to me because gas is so cheap and I don't drive that much anyway. But can you believe, like, the Legacy, actually, also Wildlife Viewing Center. What? Yeah, that's how far in the sticks we are, man. Can I actually go just view wildlife out here? There's so much wildlife. I better watch for deer. See, that was a dip. We need a dip sign there. But can you believe the Legacy, driving both cars the same way, WRX and Legacy, the Legacy barely gets better gas mileage than WRX. Like, what? Like, what? Why? Like, I don't understand why it doesn't get better gas mileage. I drive them the same way. And you know what it is most of the time? Cruise control. Just sitting on cruise control. They both, like, barely can get 30 miles to the gallon. The Legacy does get better gas mileage, but, like, not much. And I really don't understand, like, why that is. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe because when you're not driving this car hard, you're not in boost, so it's just effectively like the same, both 4 cylinders, you know, so it could just be that. Also with the Legacy, after we got it, it was like a year later or something like that. That car goes back next year. We've had it for 2 years. Subaru announced they're ending the Subaru Legacy. So I don't know if that's going to be good or bad for the value of those cars, but it's like, okay, well, why would I keep this long term? Like, Subaru's getting rid of them. That could definitely have a negative impact on the value of the car, the depreciation. The Legacy is incredible in the snow. Is absolutely incredible in the snow. But one thing I also don't like about the car, I feel like it's a little underpowered. I feel like it could use another 20-30 horsepower. Would be like great. But it's a little underpowered. Again, this is something you notice a little more as you drive it more. Like, it seems like the stock power is good when you're test driving it, but like the more you drive it and you get into real world scenarios, it's like, nah, no, this car needs like a lot more power, honestly. So I can list all the reasons why the Legacy isn't easy, and then like I said, like it's just ultimately the Legacy. It's just a sedan. It's just an automatic sedan, you know, like a mid-sized automatic sedan. It's not like, it's not rare. It's the last Legacy, so that, you know, maybe that is something, but it's not like that special. Like you could just get something else. This is the last of its kind, the WRX, which makes it much harder to give up, you know? Like I could just get rid of the Legacy if we decide we want a Camry or something else, or maybe some electric sedan. Like there's alternatives. There's no alternative to this car. There's no alternative, at least for me. So that makes it hard to give it up, you know? But it's like at the same time, it obviously, based off of everything I'm telling you guys, it doesn't fully satisfy me at all. But it is better than nothing. Like, I do think if I gave this up, right? Let's just do this last thing. Let's try to play it out. If I gave this up, so we'll get a minivan after the Legacy goes back. Maybe I could get a two-door car, because once we have the minivan, like, we really don't need two sedans anymore. We'll just take the minivan everywhere. You know, and you know, maybe this channel keeps growing and I can get something fun for the channel. You know, it is something I'm thinking about. I was kind of thinking a Lotus. Somebody left in the comment like a Lotus. I feel like that'd be really cool. The prices have come down to a reasonable price that we could get one, like an older one, in a manual. That would be really fun. But you know, I think about the other cars that I could potentially get. Yeah, I probably would have more fun with them. But I wouldn't be able to drive them year-round, most likely, whereas this I can drive year-round, and I would like to always be able to take my family with me in whatever car it is, you know, and I feel like my son will really like this car as he gets older. I did think about keeping it for him and just, like, storing it, and you know, maybe it could be his first car, but I don't know, man. Like, he's not even 1 year old. Like, this car 16 years from now, is it gonna be something he would want? I don't know. Maybe. Like, will he really want this car 16 years from now? And dude, keeping a car for 16, like, that's such a long amount of time. Like, it would be better off just selling it, you know, and then oh shit, I'd be much better off selling it, and then am I allowed to film the boot camp? I'll be much better off selling it and then just putting that money into you know, stock market for 16 years. You know, 16 years, it'd be silly to just hold this car for 16 years. Like, just give it back, take all that money, put it in the market, and then, damn, 16 years from now, 20,000, you could get him a damn Lamborghini, you know? So that's silly. That's not an option. But yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like, it's hard for me to tell if I gave this up, would I miss it? And how could you possibly know that unless you do it, you know? If I got something else, like a Lotus, then I probably would not miss it. But I don't know if I I don't know if I want to buy some, like, old used two-door sports car and have that kind of risk, you know? I don't know. I don't know if, again, I'm very risk averse right now, so I don't know if I'd actually get something else. I want something new. I feel like I've ranted enough, guys, okay? I feel like, hopefully I got all my thoughts out. I feel like I did. Let me know in the comments, seriously, should I keep this car or not? That's what I want to know. More videos are coming. I hope you enjoyed this video, okay? And hey, that's all I got for now, so I'll see you guys in the next one.